Hey guys, it's John here. Hope everyone had a really nice Christmas. I have a very special guest with me today. We're doing a dual shave. This is Anthony McKenzie of AMAC Knots. You guys all probably have, everyone's got one of his game changers in their house. So every wet shaver I know at least. And today we're going to be using a dual set that's from the club from Peter Chakalis. So Anthony's going to be shaving with Tobacco Oud, which is a 2-ounce soap and a 50 milliliter set. And I'm going to be using the other half of the set, which is Tobacco Nuit, which is really nice. And I will explain as we're shaving. We're going to do 3-pass shave. And Anthony's going to be, what are you going to be using for your razor and your blade today?
Thank you, John. I'm going to use a toggle. This is your toggle. This
1960.
is a 1960 right? F4 toggle. I am going to go with a feather blade.
Nice.
And I like to start at least on a setting 3. See, most of the times on these adjustables, setting 3 is perfect for me. Every now and again, the gaps are a little different, and I'll have to change them. But setting 3 should work good.
Nice. I'm going to be using the Personna Red that Tim Zub hooked me on, and I'll be using my newly replated. It's a Executive, Gillette Executive, and it's like a Fat Boy but on steroids gold. And this razor is also 1960. So I'm going to put my blade in there. What are you using for a brush today?
All right. The club brush. But I believe this came with a synthetic, and you took the synthetic out. So I had a synthetic, and then he took it out, and we set a 24 millimeter Big Cypress Silvertip. This is one of my knots that I offer.
Today I'm going to be shaving with the Frank's Shaving Faux Horn with a 24 millimeter 3-band, and you could see the difference as far as the density of these knots. But this will work for me, so we're going to use that today. And we're both going to be bowl lathering because the soap comes in these very small tubs, and if you look at the size of my brush, it's bigger than the actual bowl. So I'm going to put a little bit of water in my lathering bowl, and we're working with our wet brushes, and I'm going to build a lather.
Now this is the first time I've actually bowl lathered with one of my knots, with one of my Big Cypress knots. That is.
That's pretty cool. So this is just going gangbusters. I could smell this.
Yeah.
As soon as I started loading, I could smell it just like bursting out at the seams. So
yeah, I think I might have had a tad bit too much water, but I'll work it. And
yeah, that's not an issue.
I got some air bubbles here, but that's just
right.
I started out with a little bit too much water.
Right, I'm more on the dry side, and then I like to add after.
But it's already starting to go away.
Right. So let me tell you a little bit about the soaps. So both of these soaps are made for the club by Peter Chakalis. It's his club, which is the Shaving Shop Online's club. And the soaps are made by Through the Fire Finecraft, Maria Armand, exclusively for the club. This is a set. And the Tobacco Nuit that I'm using is based on a Tobacco Nuit Atelier Cologne. And it's super. Both of these are based on really expensive high-end colognes. What was the word you used?
Niche.
Niche. Yeah.
Yeah. It definitely, the scent definitely intensifies once you begin lathering.
For sure, for sure. So now I'm just going to wet my face down. And I got a nice three-day beard going here. And it's funny because one of the guys at work asked me, are you going to knock that beard down with a trimmer? And I explained to him that I don't use a trimmer. I'm a straight razor shaver most of the time, and a straight razor will take any beard off with no issues at all. So right now with this Executive, I haven't used it since I got it replated, so I'm going to be shaving on number 1, and then I'll work up, adding more numbers higher if it can be more aggressive for me. I don't know how it's going to work out.
You're starting on 1.
I'm starting on 1, correct. In the meantime, I'm gonna throw a nice lather on my face, and if anybody has used Maria Armand's soaps, she has a nice and slick soap, which is preferred by mostly all the straight razor shavers, but it's got a nice amount of cushion too. So I'm feeling pretty good about this.
I've never used her product. If I have, I'm not aware of it.
Right.
But I don't believe I have. But
Very nice. And I'm actually going to add a little bit of water. And I'm just going to put it right in the center of my brush. I can use a little bit, just a little hit. I like my first pass to always be a little dense instead of on the slick side.
Yeah, I add a little bit of water too.
Yeah. Excellent. So the tobacco Nuit is clementine, coriander, cumin, the 3 C's, tobacco absolute, ladamine, incense, patchouli, cedarwood, and tonka bean. So this is a pretty complex scent. Same with the other one. I'm just wiping off, guys. The tobacco oud, which is based on Tom Ford's tobacco oud cologne, is oud wood, sandalwood, patchouli, tobacco absolute, tonka beans, and something I've never heard of, olibanium oil. Olibanium oil. So Google it. Google it.
Yeah, I've never heard of that one either.
Yeah. Okay, so I can tell immediately that I need to go a little higher on this. I'm gonna go to a 3 and try that right off the bat. I could tell. Much better. Remember, always stretch. Very nice.
Yeah.
It's feeling good. I'm liking this. How's your soap? Is it good?
It's very good.
We'll see on the... I always can judge better by the second pass on how the slickness worked out on, from my first pass. We're trying something new today. We're working off of 2 cameras. So I'm going to put this together and make a full-length motion picture. You guys are going to love this. So I'm going to, let's see how this feels. Very nice, actually.
You're done with your first pass already?
Yep.
You're fast.
Well,
That's why you're the SMG. I'll catch up.
No rush, man. That's the fun about shaving. Wet shaving, is that we don't have to rush.
Mm-hmm.
So this is not bad. I would have to say it's a little more slick to me than it is cushiony. If I had to rate like slickness, I would probably, me personally on this, I would probably give it like an 8 on the slickness and maybe a 7 on the cushion.
How does that protect you when you're shaving?
Well, most of the time, a less dense lather means that it's more slick. Okay. So the soap is attracted to your skin better with a more slick soap than a more cushiony one. If you remember the old days when you were using, I don't even know if you ever used the can goo, but...
I did.
You did? Mm. So even like, for example, Edge Gel in the can, When you use edge gel in the can, what you get is an aerosol. It makes it airy, and it's an alcohol propellant, so it irritates the hell out of your skin to begin with. But that propellant puts air into the gel and makes it more dense.
Okay.
That density is what you get from those cans.
That makes sense.
And the reason being, truthfully, at least I believe so, in my opinion, is they do that to make money. Because the more air they can put into your can of shaving goo, the less you actually get of the product that you paid for. And you're getting a bunch of air and stuff like that, you know? That's why when you get a soap that's milled or triple milled, or you get a soap that is artisan made with love and care like these, what you end up with is something a little more slick and not as dense, so that you end up feeling like, wow, that's pretty amazing. That's 2 passes.
I agree. Yeah, you look completely different.
Right? That's 2 passes.
You could be done almost, the way it looks from
I know. And it's funny because I was watching one of the gentlemen do a shave video, and he was in England. I'm going to just pull what's left in here out. Let's see what this looks like. And you guys can see this is nice. It's cushiony, but not over cushiony. But look at the sheen on it. If you could see the sheen that's coming off the soap. That tells me that it's made well. It's made nice and slick with the right amount of product in it. You know,
the scent is very good. It's lasting so far. I'm on
right,
shave,
and you know we're bowl lathering, so you know I haven't gone back to the bowl yet, believe it or not, at all. So I can, if I go back to the bowl, you know, and I could probably add a little more water if I wanted, but. Honestly, I probably have nothing left to shave. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty clean, to be honest with you. Very nice.
This will be my 3rd pass on.
Yeah,
look what
you got a ton in there. Absolutely.
There's still plenty in here. I mean, let me look at this. So this loaded easy, it lathered easy. The scent is very nice. I have no idea how close this is to the actual Tom Ford Tobacco Oud.
Right. Unfortunately, I have the same issue, Anthony, because I don't own either of these colognes. They're a little bit out of my price range.
These are definitely high-end fragrances. What these are after. I'm not sure if this was meant to be a version of or a clone of, but I do like the smell and scent of both of them. But I am more of a oud guy, so.
And this Executive replated worked well. I got it on 3.
You're on, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I got 2 little.
Yeah.
2 little.
Excellent. That was a very nice shave. Let me just wipe off. Very good.
I'm right behind you.
No worries, no rush. We're doing great. So for me, I used the club exclusive Tobacco Nuit, and I'm going to match it up with the Aftershave Splash, which is a 50 milliliter. So in essence, you're getting 4 ounces of soap and 100 milliliters of aftershave, but it's broken up into 2 different scents. And this stuff smells nice. Now I'm going to take a wild guess.
Oh, sorry about that.
And say that it's got alcohol in it.
You feel a sting?
Yeah, a little bit. Very, very little.
Before I use the aftershave, I'm going to use a little bit of unscented witch hazel.
I like to rub it in my goatee, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It lasts. This stuff really smells nice. It really does. The interesting thing is we're both in the same shave den, so we smell each other. I can't smell mine from yours too much, you know. We're right next to each other.
All right. tobacco oud. I'm gonna agree with you on the
alcohol. Yeah. I could feel it a little bit too. I used a Personna Red, which is inside my 1960 Executive, Gillette Executive, which is primarily a Fat Boy gold plated. That's what that is. And I even had it, when I had it replated, I had it replated with 18 karat gold because it was closest to the original gold color of when the Executive came out. At least that's what I was told. And of course the Personna. And my brush today, it just worked out fine, which was the Frank's Shaving Faux Horn 26 millimeter with a 24 millimeter knot in it, but it feels like 26 millimeter. And the bowl Anthony lent me, this bowl is $1 at the Goodwill, and it works really well. So,
and I used, for a recap, I used a feather blade. I've come to like these. I got a little bit of a bleeder there. I used a Toggle 1960, correct?
Yes.
1960 Toggle, 4th quarter. I used setting 3. I did use a bowl as well, and this is a bowl that we got, Sriracha bowl,
right,
that we got off of Amazon for $12-ish.
Yeah.
I do highly recommend the bowl.
Sriracha bowls are fantastic. They have these grooves in the bottom of the bowl. Like if you could, you hold it upright, you could see the grooves in there. And it holds the soap in so that when you push the soap down in, it almost, it's like time released. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you're taking a pill, it's time released. So the water hits it and it comes out of that groove little by little.
So this is what's remaining.
Wow, that's beautiful.
For me, this is how I test my cushion.
Right.
If I'm testing.
Look at that. That's like Dairy Queen right there.
Yeah, that's great stuff.
Very nice. And his brush was the Envy Shaves club brush from Peter Chakalis' club. And I took the knot out. It was a synthetic knot. And we replaced it with a Big Cypress 24 millimeter from AMAC for shaving. And I will put all of the links below to all of the products we used, where to get them, how to become a member of the club. And thanks for watching. Leave any comments you like below, and I will make sure that we get back to you. If anything pertains to Anthony, he's welcome to answer them also. And guys, have a wonderful New Year's. And, you know, like I always say, have an even better shave. Take care. Thanks, Anthony.
Thank you for having me, John.
Awesome.